Right, good morning to you. Obvious witnesses, if you can hear the sound of my voice over there, do let me know where you're logging in from. Type in the comment box right there. There is a posting that the government spokesperson Nick Mangwana, Mnangagwa Mnangagwa's government person, I don't know what I can call him, government spoke, whatever, okay, is posted over the double candidates that have been so-called double candidates here that have been announced for the by-elections. Have you seen? Nick Mangwana says that these double candidates are a product of an insider. Okay, here we go. So have you seen that post? Just type in the comment box right there if you've seen that post where he's saying this is the result of an inside chaos or an inside job. Now, what exactly is he referring to? He's referring to the SENGEZO Tshabangu development. And so there is a gazette by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission that he placated on his Twitter portal. Now, just type in the comment box right there. I'm not seeing any reactions as yet, so I'll keep on talking. What will happen in February? And as some people ask me, what is the solution? Zimba, Shikanza. One thing about Zimbabwean politics is that, number one, it is so predictable. Number two, Zimbabwean politics can be fixed. But many times, what we have seen happening is that there seems to be a group of people were planted in the way to ensure that things are always predictable. And there seems to be a group of people who have an agenda to ensure that whatever happens, it is the masses that lose. So, the question is, what will happen now in February? Before I get to that, and just as I answer that, I will tell you what has already happened. I'll tell you what has already happened. Sibajiganza has already exposed SENGEZO Tshabangu. And he has literally got his legs in that sense. Totally and completely. And how? Where was I? What was he doing? Simbajiganza exposed SENGEZO Tshabangu in a way that makes any move, anything that he's doing, be defective and ineffective. The amount and the level of detail that came out from the Scott Sakupanya meeting on the 4th of December. If you haven't seen that, just wave or something. You need to go in the repository and see the live video on the 4th of December. You also need to go on the Twitter account of the Zimai page and you see the content as it was laid out on what really happened on the 4th of December. A meeting was arranged for Scott Sakupanya's secretary, and I attended that meeting. I turned up for that meeting, which was set up for me, posing as Scott Sakupanya's Secretary General. Ipapo, right there. And what happened? In that period, building up into the 4th of December, there is detail that I managed to infiltrate. Ndikavanda pinza detail iroro rakabva rapinda mucontent ya SENGEZO Tshabangu. Ndakafamba naye ndakamufambisa. So quickly, what is this about? This is about what you are asking me. Some people are asking me, what will happen in Simbajiganza? I will tell you what has already happened. Shandinema V11 Ajo, Isejo. At a time when you see some people are busy writing off the opposition party led by Nelson Chamisa. Some people call it opposition. I actually call it the governing party. I'm not a supporter of Nelson Chamisa, but I'll tell you why I state this. It is because I am there to expose whatever it is that may be besetting people who are victims. Vanwaningari are victims at any time. You notice how I work, how I've worked over the time. Wherever I see that they are victims, I will want to help victims tell their story. But in this particular context, and what happened on the 4th of December, is that I not only told the story, I not only helped the victims tell their story, but I helped the victims come out of their troublesome story. So ndakakwanisa kuvanunura in a way. Saka pane content randaka ganda, and the Scott Tshabangu and Tshabangu are working together to destroy CCC with the help of Tendai Biti and Mthuli Ncube. Michael Billy, you are right. But Michael Billy, have you not forgotten one person who you actually have a recording of? You've got at least 2 people you've got recordings of. In January 2023, do you remember? Type that person down. A person who appeared in an audio advising the military that the opposition party that has been helping and bringing parliamentary democracy in this country, in this dictatorship, must split. While this person was accusing the Nelson Chamisa-led party of failing to tell people to go and register to vote. Do you remember that person? Type him down there, Michael Billy. You've only typed only 2 people. Tendai Biti and Mthuli Ncube. Come on. There's another one, Wawasia. There's one other person that you've left there, who is a ringleader. Vele is a ringleader in all this. Can you type his name down? Who appeared in an audio, a very, very lengthy audio, over 33 minutes of an audio. That 33-minute audio has got detail where he was consistently and persistently falsely accusing the people of Zimbabwe, the suffering masses of Zimbabwe. Number one, he was accusing them of not going to register to vote. He was also accusing Nelson Chamisa, saying that Nelson Chamisa did not tell people to go and register to vote. He was saying it in Shona. Wongile Makumbe. It's typed Welshman. I hear you. Do you know what? I actually think Welshman perhaps has just gotten caught up here. Because there's one person that you're forgetting, who you've got a lengthy audio. A very, very lengthy audio. You know, one audio. It is very, very clear. Come on, folks. Type his name down there. Are very clear. Jinima V11. And anakuramba. Kuti audio rake. Pa akavunza. Anakuramba. Akazovunza. Anakuramba. Type his name down there. Hanzi na Augustine ingotaura ka ndikudze munofana muziva, if you have a green passport, if you were born in this country and you've got a green passport and you don't know this person who has been holding discussions with military intelligence people, telling them, advising them, and this is not the first time. He once even advised Chiwenga to offload the army on tortured activists. Not once, several times. In the period 2018, from 2018 up to 2020. That very same period when he would pop out and then announce that he was going to be the daddy who is going to confront ZANU-PF and expose it, because the entire opposition will do nothing. This person, one person, and I didn't say 5 people, I didn't say 10 people. One person who did that, who has been constantly conversing with the military on your behalf, telling the military what to do to destroy your future. Type his name down there. Aiwa, munyore pasi kuti muzive, because maZimbabweans munorasekirwa nenhaka yenyu nezvinhu zviri pamberi penyu so zvamusinga zvinhu zvenyu. I have people here who contact me numerous times. Simba, help me to expose this fraudster. Help me, please help me. And sometimes I just can't. I don't have the capacity. Because some of that is just too much. Because I've discovered there seems to be some mental health across large crowds of Zimbabweans where you fail to see. You fail to see a fraudster. Someone who lies to you like this. Someone who steals from you, someone who steals your destiny. Wakatarisa while you're watching. You just can't see a fraudster. I've got a group of 550 women who have lost over 25 million to an asylum seeker. One asylum seeker, not 5. One asylum seeker based in Manchester. NS. 25 million. An asylum seeker who was lying to them that she is buying them land, residential land, from agricultural properties, agricultural stands in Zimbabwe. Something that is something that you just need a Google search, a simple click on Google, and it will tell you this is illegal, this is criminal. You cannot buy or sell land, agriculture. This is on Google. I'm just saying, I have noticed what seems to be a condition among the people of Zimbabwe, where you fail to see fraudsters. You just can't see a fraudster. So I asked you there, who is this person who has been conversing with the military, with generals, for 4 or 5 years, telling them what to do, telling them how to sabotage, how to destroy your future? Have you seen this man's tweets where he actually acknowledges that he told Chiwenga to go and hunt down civil society, tortured rape victims, tortured victims, called the military. It's also very busy, papa, scratching our heads, not sleeping, exposing the military for their brutality. Munhu one akute 5 munhu one ndiani ngakagara achivaudza address iyoyo endai pana doctor uyo. He actually participated. One person kwete 5. So ndatinini, this person who has been behind creating Tshabangu, this Tshabangu character, the person who wrote just 3-4 days ago that Nelson Chamisa must accept responsibility over the Tshabangu mess. That very same person, one person, 25, one person. Ndiani, nyora ipasa. Mukatadza kumunyora mazimba, you come to us next time. Let me tell you, I promise you, those who are watching this stream, mark my words. If you leave this stream and you have failed to identify this man for who he is in full embodiment, everything that he's doing, I promise you, not very long ago, not very long from now, you're going to lose money to another fraudster. You're going to lose Uchavarwa. You know, because you know what? There's something that you need to deal with this. Because if you can't see munhu ari kukubira nhaka yako zviri pachena like this, what else? Where else? Hanzi nemumwe Jonathan Moyo. Jonathan Moyo akagara akadaro. Jonathan Moyo was always like that. How does Jonathan Moyo steal your destiny? How does Jonathan Moyo steal your destiny? How do you fail to see that Jonathan Moyo is a spin doctor? He tells you that he's a spin doctor. Jonathan Moyo has never lied that he's at any time. He's always told you he's a spin doctor. A spin doctor who tells you that they're a spin doctor. Do you know what? They can't steal from you because they've already told you that they are there. They exist to generate spin. I'm talking about someone who comes to you and they tell you that, for instance, that they're a doctor. And they've got a stethoscope, they've got everything there, and a badge. But they are not practicing medicine. They're practicing deception. They're practicing betrayal. One person. I said one person in January who came out in an audio that he was speaking for over 33 minutes. Someone is saying Kasukwere. Show me that audio if there's anything about Kasukwere. Kasukwere has always been ZANU. But which audio? Have you ever seen Kasukwere on an audio telling the military to sabotage your destiny? I'm talking about someone who tells you that they are there for you, that they're helping you, when in actual fact, they're a fraudster. Show me one person. Someone who changed his own name. If you ever see, if Simba Chikanza comes to you and tells you that Simba Chikanza is now called Luke Johnson something, then Simba Chikanza is a fraudster. Especially when they are lying about the money that they constantly boast about. Mock someone who mocks poor people about eating sadza, and that person lies to you, telling you that they got rich from a 50,000 sports car credit that they got in the UK in 1996 at the age of 25. And they don't tell you the name of that financier or the name of that dealership or whoever gave them that credit. They don't tell you. And then later on, they fast forward their own wealth story. This time, they are talking about, they're now busy talking about how instead, and contradictory to what they had said before, that they bought property from that 50,000 loan credit. They are now saying that they bought property from selling cell phones. And this time they're not talking about a story that has been fast forwarded 10 years later. They've omitted, they just needed to just state one thing from that 1996 claim. Now they fast forward up to 2006. I was selling cell phones. That's where I bought a lot of properties and I became the largest cell phone supplier in Zimbabwe. And this is at a time after they have changed their own name. And that their own friends have been convicted and they are in jail. In jail for fraud, multi-million-dollar fraud. And that person, all of a sudden you see them in January 2023, they are busy conversing with the military. And they're saying Nelson Chamisa's party must split because Nelson Chamisa is incompetent, because he didn't tell people to go and register to vote. Something that you actually saw for over 1,000 times. You saw rallies, for over 1,000 rallies of Nelson Chamisa telling people across the country to go and register to vote. But they have the capacity to fool people and make people believe that Chamisa is the dictator and both the dictator and the dictator, whatever, right? Someone who is someone who does that. What type of an individual is that? Nyora Istaraga. Mukataza kumuziya mazimba, I promise you, muchati netsa. And nchazopesa ta kuchajai mari. Muchida kubatsirwa mapigwa. I'm trying to help you so that next time when you are duped, you don't have to call us. You can help yourself If you identify who this man is, I promise you, you will never be duped by any fraudster again. Type his name down. Ndopa mchazia ndiye munhu yeyo akagadzira Tshabangu. Ndiye Tshabangu chaiye. Sengezo is just a quote. The Sengezo Tshabangu from Bulawayo. He is just a servant. I'm talking about the real Sengezo Tshabangu. Type his name down there. And we'll tell you this is journalism. Shut up, this is journalism. And then if you win your argument, if you bring your facts, then we'll tell you, do you have a mortgage? Do you have a house? We'll try to make you feel inadequate. Try to make you feel poor. Try to make you feel